of Bodie bouldering. So behind me there, I can't actually see with the sun, so Gaz is actually having a go on this wall here. How far is he? Oh, he's up at the top there. So yeah, there's limited scope for climbing. If I come over here and sort of lean against the wall, then I might be able to get both of us in. So how was that climb then?
It looks a lot steeper from up here than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Trusty feet, very small holes, enjoyable.
So what have you got? Tell us a bit about this, where we are now then.
This is the Ackers, set up groups, you know, it's part of a leisure complex including a ski slope and a climbing tower. This section we're on now is for groups and training and for people with disabilities. This particular section is for wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So it's very, very smooth, but consequently makes the climbing quite exciting, especially without any gear.
So, did you say you were saying it's a charity? Did you?
Yeah, as far as I know, the Ackers is a charity trust, yeah. So
Yeah.
they get their funding that way.
And what about other places to climb in Birmingham? Is it good for climbing outdoors?
Tricky to find anything in Birmingham because we're so flat.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, we are quite spoilt for indoor climbing centres, plenty of bouldering venues indoor, and plenty of centres that offer rope work too.
And so where do you go then? Where do you go if you want to go climbing outdoors? Where do you have to go to?
Outdoors, depends on what your poison is, whether you want to go bouldering or sport routes or trad routes, and again it also where you feel comfortable at. You don't want to go outside and scare yourself. You want to go outside and have a nice time, enjoy yourself, and come back with renewed passion rather than a trousers full of fear.
Well, just winding back a little bit. Yeah, I mean, because I don't know that much. I mean, my history of climbing is essentially indoor bouldering for a couple of years, so I'm not that familiar with the terms. Can you just take us through what the difference between sport and trad is?
So, bouldering, excluding highballing, is relatively low to the ground climbing, but the problems are compact and intense. Sport climbing is where there is fixed anchors within whatever you're climbing on, and for you to put your own equipment into, quick draws, and it's essentially lead climbing but outside. And then trad climbing is where there's no equipment, no bolting, you're looking for fissures and cracks, and you place your own protection in there, and you know, look after yourself.
So that means there'll be slightly different equipment for trad climbing over.
Yeah, oh yeah, massively. I mean, bouldering you need a crash mat, chalk bag, maybe a pair of shoes. Sports climbing you need a good set of quick draws.
Sorry, what are quick draws?
Quick draws are the little devices that have a hook on each end. One clips into the protection on the rock.
Yeah.
And the other one you clip your rope into.
Okay.
Much the same as indoors at climbing gyms.
Yeah.
And then of course trad climbing, there are hundreds of devices to be used depending on what you're climbing.
Right.
Things from micro nuts all the way up to cams, like 300mm cams. So tends to get more expensive as well. Climbing's an expensive hobby as it is.
Why is it expensive?
Well, initially you can hire your shoes and you can go to a centre. If you decide to pursue it, then you want to be buying your own harnesses and ropes and belay devices and shiny climbing equipment that always calls out to you. Buy me now, it's shiny.
So that, I mean, for me, that's one of the advantages of bouldering, is the fact that, you know, as you said, it's literally it's a pair of shoes and a chalk bag, and if you're going outside, you want something like this, which is a bouldering mat. I mean, these are like 160 quid or something. outdoors. But it's not a bad idea to go with someone else with a mat. So you've got a few, you want as much protection. Quite often the landings aren't that great. That means like what's underneath where you're climbing could be rocky, or have anything you might uneven ground where you might twist your ankle. So and also so you want quite a few many mats as possible, and also you get into people what's called spotting you on the climb, where they try and direct you if you fall onto the mat and protect your head from hitting a rock and stuff like that. So it's slightly different. Indoor bouldering is just super simple and a good way to get started. So Gaz is taking the
There you go.
Gaz is taking the recording device, which is my phone, which is, we don't have much equipment for this channel. I'd like to keep it that way if possible, keep it as low tech as possible. So I think that's going to be it for the first broadcast. We're going to get on and do a bit of climbing now, and we're not going to show too much of that because that'll be for another time. I just wanted to give an introduction into what we're doing, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching.